She was a favorite to win Eurovision 2020 with the song Tears Getting Sober. But today it is all about smiles because joining us at home in Bulgaria, it is Victoria. Hello!
Hi, how are you?
Oh, so good. It's so nice to see you. I've been looping your song, Tears Getting Sober. How are you holding up in lockdown?
Uh, First, thank you that you're listening to my song. That's so nice. I'm good. It feels good to be at home, kind of. I'm resting a bit, and I have time now to refresh my mind and to write new songs, maybe, and to keep working on my next album, my first album, actually.
And that is exciting. We're going to come to your album soon, but let's start with your reaction. Where were you? How did you find out that Eurovision 2020 was canceled?
Um, I was at the car when when they called me. I was driving somewhere. I don't remember where, but I was like, I expected that, but I didn't want it to happen. So at first I was okay. Then I got sad after 2, 3 hours later. And the most disappointing thing for me was that I'm not gonna have the chance to sing Tears Getting Sober next year. That was the most disappointing part because we put our hearts with the team in this song, and it was very, yeah, bad for us.
And speaking of that song, how did this idea start? Was it a musical note? Was it a lyric? I guess what was the process like?
Well, the composer Boris, he came to me and said, "I have some chords here. Do you want to hear them?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool." And when I heard it, they were like, they touched me, and I was like, "Okay, we're gonna write something uh, in these chords." And he told me that the other songwriter Lucas, he has some ideas for the chorus part. And when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, what?" I really liked it. And we started working in Vienna all together. And yeah, we made the song, half of the song for one night.
Oh, whoa.
And it
And
was very emotional.
yeah, because the song has an emotional message, doesn't it? Could you tell us about that in your own words?
Yeah, it has a strong message, I think. It's about panic attacks, depressions, mental illness, health, and yeah, I wanted to give hope to these people who are struggling with these problems, and I think I did it somehow. So many people are texting me that this song helps them, so this is the most important thing for me. If I help the people, so my work is, appreciated.
And I remember Borislav in a video that you guys did from your songwriting camps. He said people were actually having panic attacks working on the song.
Yeah, we were in the studio and there were maybe three more studios around us, and some people got panic attacks, and even a guy fainted, and that was really bad. It was a really weird day.
Yeah, because the thing about your song, so many people say, is that it feels very real and sincere and true. And so I'm curious if maybe when you were writing, you were drawing on that energy or maybe something from your own life.
Yeah, I've been struggling with panic attacks. Not that much, but I had them um, like 2, 3 times a year, sometimes, yeah. And depression sometimes, which is, I think it's normal. And nowadays, almost everybody's struggling with that. And I just wanted to connect more with people in that way.
So, what's your biggest advice for people who might be struggling with anxiety or panic attacks?
Well, deep breathing is the first thing that you have to do because you have to calm your mind and your body. And just to believe that everything is gonna be fine. This is just it's sometimes for 30 minutes, sometimes for 10 minutes, it happens, but it just goes away. And you have to be okay here in your mind and have to believe that everything's gonna be fine. So, yeah, just deep breathing and thinking about positive stuff.
And one of your co-composers, Borislav, mentioned that there were like 25 different versions of this song. I guess you had to breathe deep through this process. Why so many?
Well, everyone has their own opinion when we were writing the song, and I was like, no, I want this. Boris was like, no, 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 I want this. And the other guy was like, no, I want this. It was like a really tough process. But that's why we have so many different versions. But we just wanted to make the best version of the song. That's why we had so many. Yeah. And I think we made the best version of the song. Because some days ago, I was listening to the very first version of the song. It was much slower than the one and it's very different. And I was like, what? So, yeah, it was, yeah, cool.
What I love about this song is that the music could maybe sound very sweet and very, it's very happy in a way, but then the lyrics, they can be a bit dark, and it's this mix of kind of light and dark, happy and sad. What do you love about the song?
Well, just that you said that it sounds light in some way, but it's dark at the same time. Because I like dark songs personally, but with Eurovision, we thought that we can mix it up with the dark and light, so we can bring hope to the people in that way. So if you're too dark, you cannot bring hope to the people. You're gonna depress them maybe. And yeah, I think that's the best, mix between these two.
And you spoke during the process about how you didn't want a commercial sound. You wanted to avoid that commercial pop sound. Could you talk about that and kind of the sound you want to have for the people?
Uh, I'm not. I like commercial sound, but not for me. I mean, I listen to so many commercial songs, but if I have to talk about me, I'm trying to find my own sound, and I don't want to sound that commercial. I want to sound more emotional, more open up to people, to talk about the problems, not just the happy things in life. And yeah.
And when you work at a songwriting camp, because I think you had 3 of them maybe, and you have all these different minds and different approaches, what was the toughest part of that? Was there ever, I don't know, a moment where you're like, ah?
Yeah, sometimes it happens when you're too tired and you have to just make the song because you're struggling. There are some days that you're struggling with lyrics or with melodies or, I don't know, production. And it's very hard sometimes because you just want to write the song, but nothing comes to your head. And you're like, come on, I have to write it. Yeah, but it's very fun to write songs with different people because everyone has their own, mind, and everyone thinks differently, and it's very interesting the whole process.
And one of those songwriting camps was in London, I believe. What was your impression of London and the camp?
I couldn't see much of London, but the camp was very good. I have 2 favorite songs from there, and I'm gonna put them in my EP. So I can't wait to show it to the world.
Ooh, I love all this teasing. It's fantastic. There is more stuff in the pipeline from Victoria. And this music video, Tears Getting Sober, the music video, people were so touched. It's magical. One shot, you sitting, in a dark landscape on a bench, I believe. Could you talk about making this music video and the story you wanted to tell?
Well, I made the video with a friend of mine. Her name is also Victoria, we were like Victoria Power. And we wanted to make something emotional as a song is. And my idea was just to can bring my own world that I have to the people. And I think I did it. It became a very magical video, and that was the whole idea, to bring the magic of the song to the people with the video also.
And how many times did you go through the full performance that day? Was it just one time you did it, or?
Oh no, it was more than what we had 2 days. First day was for rehearsals, just with the camera and the bench and everything that we had to set up the place. And we had more than 12 hours of rehearsals. Then the next day, I went again, and the whole day was just rehearsals, not recording the video. And it was, I think, 12 in the night when we started actually recording the video. And we recorded it 3 times, and we took the last take from the
Oh,
video.
wow.
It was very, very hard, actually.
Was there one moment in that performance that was more difficult for you to nail because of, I don't know, having to turn or because of the camera or something?
Well, when the rain came, when the rain falls, it was the first time I was like, because I expected it, but I didn't know when. And it was very surprising for me, but I was like, okay, that's it. It was very cool, but it was struggling because when you're rehearsing the whole day and you're very tired at night, and there were some problems with the shooting. There were some problems with the rain. There were problems with I don't know what else, but it's a struggling process sometimes. But it was very, very nice. That's my favorite video.
And in the video, your wound becomes a scar magically on your face. When
Yeah.
obviously you saw that afterwards, after the effect had come, what was it like for you to watch the final video for the first time?
I cried so much because I watched it when we shoot it because I had to see the take, if it's okay, do I like myself and stuff like this. But when I watched it with the color corrections and every effects, the fireflies, the fire in my wound, it was very magical moment. I cried like a baby.
Are your parents very proud when they saw it?
Yeah, they cried too. They're so sweet. They're supporting me so much.
And I should mention, you also, there are so many people around you, your team, the label, the people financing it. Were they all positively, what's the word? Were they also happy with the result?
Yes, yeah. Everyone was very happy and very supportive. When I told them my idea about the video, they were like, "Oh, cool! That's very interesting." The flame in your face and the fireflies, the bench, even the lighting, that bluish thing. It's and everyone was like, "That sounds magical. It's gonna be interesting." So yeah, I got so much support from everyone, which is the best thing.
And now, us Eurovision fans, we knew that you would look good in the video because we had watched I Wanna Know, this earlier music video, where you were dancing, you were in the dark. It was so nice, very artistic. Which was harder to film? That video with the movement or this video, which was, in a way, more emotional, maybe?
Um, two of them were hard to record, but maybe Tears Getting Sober it was much harder because it was one shot, which is you just have to do your thing. 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes, and you don't have to mess it up. You have to be perfect somehow. And I also had a choreography for Tears Getting Sober. It's not that dynamic as I want to know, but when you're alone and you have to show all of your emotion, it's much harder than just to dance around and it's not the one shot video because you can cut it and you can choose different parts. And when it's one shot, you just have to be 100% perfect.
Yeah, in a way, it's almost like you're naked in a way because it's so raw and emotional, and you stare at
Yeah,
Victoria's face the whole time, so we see everything.
yeah,
And
it's hard to bring out the emotions.
it's so curious talking to you. I remember the X Factor Bulgaria performances you did a while ago, and you're like a different woman. You seem so confident now, so in control. Do you feel this growth and evolution?
Yeah, that's life. You grow up, you change. I was very insecure before, but now I don't know. I started believing in myself, and I feel more confident, more comfortable with myself because I started writing songs. And before that, I couldn't write anything. I thought I can't write songs. But last summer, when I started for the first time, when I wrote my first song, I was like, oh my God, I can write. And when when you find out that you can do these things, you feel more confident about it. And you can be yourself.
And even in the past few months, I remember Sinan Sadula, a Bulgarian Wiwiblogger, interviewed you at the BNT press day where you were announced. And you were a bit more timid, but now you were again this strong, confident woman on Skype. Do you think the Eurovision journey, just in the past few months, has helped you grow?
Oh yeah, it helped me so much because I had so many interviews with different people. Even my English wasn't that good as it is now. I couldn't say 5 words. And I'm like talking to you and to yeah, it helped me so much, and I'm very thankful.
And of course, your fans are very thankful to you for Tears Getting Sober. Many of them have been covering it online. And I hear you might have a contest or online competition for them.
Yeah, we're making a Tears Getting Sober cover competition contest. And I really want to hear all of the versions of the people that they can bring to the world to listen. It's very interesting for me, and yeah, can't wait to hear all of them. It's very sweet. I've never listened to people making covers of my songs, and that's the first time now, and it's very emotional for me.
What type of judge will you be? What will you look for?
Hmm. Well, I'm just looking for the emotion. You know, it doesn't need to be the best singing singer or whatever. It just have the soul and the emotion. That's the most important thing for me.
Well, speaking of soul and emotion, Billie Eilish, people often make a comparison. They say Victoria, Billie Eilish is like sisters. What do you think of this comparison?
Well, there are so many artists in the world which are with similar sound and style. So I don't think I'm not trying to be Billie Eilish. Believe me, I don't think an artist who wants to become something big wants to be someone else. I really like her. I love her. I was um, last year at her concert, and it was very very cool to watch her live. But comparing me to that, I don't think I look like her. I just like her, and maybe I have a similar sound from my voice, I don't know, or my music to her, but I'm not trying to be her.
Yeah, I always say you're not the second Billie Eilish, you're the first Victoria Gorgieva, honey. And Eurovision 2020 is not happening, but we all sort of dream and imagine what would Victoria from Bulgaria have done on the big stage. Can you tell us anything about what you had planned?
Well, we were planning to surprise the people with, minimalistic thing. And we had very good ideas, but I think I'm gonna keep it for next year because I really liked it. I don't know what kind of song I'm gonna make, but I still want to keep the idea we had because for me it was very good, personally, the whole idea. So I really want to keep it for next year, maybe.
Okay, well, we will look forward to that surprise. And, after Eurovision was cancelled, there was a fear among many people. What if Bulgaria doesn't come back to Eurovision? Will Victoria get another chance? I'm curious, what were you thinking in the aftermath? Did you think you would be selected again?
I was afraid a little bit if I'm gonna go again or not because not everyone got the second chance. And but I was very happy when my my manager called me and said, "You're gonna be again next year the representative of Bulgaria." And I was like, "Really? Oh my God!" They were so very supportive, the BNT and the Liga group. So I'm very thankful that they chose me again.
Now, one of the most beautiful things, according to fans, that you've done is your home performance of Tears Getting Sober.
Great, feel my head is taking over me. Ten deja vu day, and each time I'm getting colder. Babe, I should let it go.
Such positive reaction all over Europe. What was it like for you to film that song at home, acoustic, so intimate?
It was very different because it's on the stage. You're like connecting to people, see their emotions, their reactions, and at home was like singing to the camera, which is not that much different because we made the video and it was kind of the same when we were recording it. But I was like, it's very different to talk to the camera and to be online. And yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And one aspect of you competing at Eurovision in 2020 was to promote yourself internationally. You were launching your kind of international career in a way. But now that Eurovision 2020 isn't happening, what's the plan? Do you still see Eurovision as the path to that? Will you wait till next year, or will you keep working now?
Oh, I keep working. I'm working on a new song now. I'm gonna release it at the end of May, I hope. And then I'm gonna work on my first EP. So yeah, my year, 2020 is full of work. And then in maybe November, I'm gonna start writing new songs for Eurovision and to see what's gonna happen.
Do we know when the EP might be out?
Hopefully in the autumn, but before that, I'm gonna release maybe two singles with videos. So yeah.
And is it possible, if you release your album after September 1, that maybe your Eurovision 2021 song would be on that EP or album?
Who knows? We'll see, maybe.
And during these songwriting camps, you wrote many, many songs. I'm curious, are any of those songs in contention or options for the next Eurovision?
Well, I personally prefer writing new songs, but I'm not, um, I have the old ones, so I can think about it. We can re-record them and make new versions of them, so we can use them for a selection.
And a lot of people have been asking us this. They say, will Victoria pursue the same genre next year, or will she go in a new direction? Have you thought about that, or is it too early?
I was thinking about that, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see in the process of writing songs, because with every songwriting camp, you become better and better, and you don't know what kind of song you're gonna like, because you can write a totally different song from your style, but it could fit you very well. So we'll see.
And I wanted to ask, your collaboration with Borislav, will you work together again? Because this was such a good combination this year. A lot of people hope the partnership will continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna work with him and with other people, maybe from the ones from London, and maybe new songwriters, because I wanna meet new people and see what kind of songs we can make together. So yeah, I'm planning to make so many new songs.
We loved your take on Arcade, Duncan Lawrence's Arcade.
I spent all of the love I saved. We were always a losing game. Small town girl in a big arcade. I got addicted to a losing game. Loving you is a losing game.
You filmed in was it a warehouse, a garage?
It was a garage, but yeah, I really loved it. It was very emotional, because I was learning the song on the set because it was in the last minute, choosing the song. I knew the song, but it's different when you have to do it with real instruments and musicians. So they were learning with me the song on the set when we were recording it, actually. And it was very interesting day. But I think we did it well.
Oh yeah, it's gone down very, very positively. And I guess we can also tease, you have kindly agreed to participate in the Wiwi Jam at Home, our Eurovision celebration. Thank you for your performance. We haven't shared it publicly yet, but I've watched it and it's so beautiful. It's so, you're not singing to a camera, you're singing to the people.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a pleasure for me to make it for you guys.
We can't wait for the world to see. It absolutely slays. You don't even need the special effects. You just need that Victoria face, the drama, the
Thank you.
I have
The drama,
to say, Manogo siyaka, honey. Manogo siyaka.
Yeah.
One of the first stories we wrote about Victoria, was about dogs, because you did a beautiful gesture for the dog charities in your area, helping stray animals, find homes. Could you tell us about your passion for animals and indeed your own animals?
Yeah, I have 4 dogs, 2 rabbits and 1 parrot. The big parrots that are talking.
Oh wow.
But not all of them are with me. Some of them are with my family in Varna, where my city is, because I live in Sofia in Bulgaria. And yeah, I really miss them. I love animals so much. Sometimes even more than music, which is, but it's, 50-50. I can't choose between them. And I'm also vegetarian. I don't eat my friends.
Oh wow. How long have you been vegetarian?
Well, I think 5 or 6 years.
Does the parrot sing like you?
No, he's screaming.
Oh.
They scream so much. But he's talking. He knows some words in Bulgarian, and he's very funny. When the phone calls, He's always like, hello, which means hello. And it's very funny because it's every time. When someone goes, he's like, hello.
And Victoria, if you could be any breed of dog, what breed of dog would you be?
Huh. That's interesting question.
Because you're
I don't know.
strong, but you're also affectionate. You are beautiful, but you are down to earth, so it's hard to choose, you know?
Thank you. I don't know, actually. I love all of them. I can't choose a breed. I even in Bulgaria, our stray dogs, they don't have a breed. They're just mix. And maybe that kind of dog, a mixed breed.
A dog of the people. I love it. Absolutely. Now, Victoria, a final request from you, dear Victoria. Could you sing a little bit of your song, Tears Getting Sober? Just a verse, just a chorus, maybe.
Okay. Um, Great, in my head is taking over me. Ten deja vu take, and each time I'm getting colder. Think I should let it go. Your lies burn like sugar in my wound. In time, my wound will be a scar.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Even on Skype, you sound good. That's difficult.
Thank you.
How old were you when you discovered that you could sing?
Mm, maybe 11. Yeah, 11.
Wow. And your parents did that, were they like, she's going to be a star. You should go take lessons.
No, actually, I was hiding from them.
Ah.
I went to a teacher one day and I was like, I want to sing, but my parents didn't know about that. So I went secretly to lessons, and it was for maybe 2 weeks, and then I told them, and they were like, "You want to be singer?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to sing." They were like, "Okay, we haven't heard you, but try it. You can try." It's a very good thing. So yeah, and when I started singing and taking lessons, they saw the potential that I have, and they started believing in me. They're like, okay, that's the right thing to do.
Well, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Eurovision fans also believe in you. We're so excited that you'll be back in 2021. We're sad Eurovision's not happening, but the good part is we get 2 years of Victoria instead of just one.
Thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me.
Oh, honestly, you've been so open from the beginning, so thank you. Blago Daria, Manogo Siyaka, you are queen, and we can't wait for the EP.
Thank you so much. Love you all.
She is Victoria. Victoria, thank you so much.
Thank you.